right, you love your dog, of course, right, or your dogs. And if you love to cook and you're inclined to include your dog on the dining menu, well, there are some healthy treats you can actually make from scratch. Don't be afraid. Rachel Johnson, who owns 2 traveling dogs, is here now to show us how we can spoil our dogs even more than we already do. Now, this is a very... When you hear this, okay, we're going to make what? Jerky treats?
Yes, we're going to. It
sounds daunting. It sounds really, really scary, but it's not.
No, it's very simple. And as dog owners, we're concerned about what we feed our dogs.
And right now, there's a problem with these store-bought ones, aren't they?
There is. If you go into your local store shelves right now, you're not going to see any chicken jerky probably because they've been recalled.
Yeah.
So what better way to make your dog's treats safe, fresh, and have fun at the same time? Make your own jerky.
Perfect. Okay, so how do we do it? Is it really as simple as it sounds?
It's so simple.
I mean, it doesn't sound simple actually, but it looks simple. Here, we don't have a whole lot of things.
No, there's not a lot. What you do is you start with a pound of chicken breast.
Okay.
You want to make sure that all the fat is trimmed off.
All right.
And you're just going to slice it.
And then you flatten it like this?
Right. 1/4 to an 8-inch thick.
Okay.
So you're just going to start slicing it with the grain of the meat.
Okay, can I do it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, so... Oh, I'm not... Here, you do it. Nothing was happening.
No, you're just going to slice it with the grain of the meat, and that's going to make the treats chewier for the dogs, and you know that they love that.
And, of course, we have the gloves on because we're dealing with raw meat, so it's just very safe in the kitchen to do that.
Exactly. Always safety first.
Absolutely.
Especially with chicken.
Right.
So we have that cut up.
Okay.
We already have some cut up here in the bowl.
So you're going to marinate it?
Yes,
now,
we're going to marinate it. What are the
ingredients in the marinade?
The first thing that we have, I'm going to take this off because I'll be handling other things.
All right.
So we have fresh parsley.
Perfect.
You can use dried spices if you'd like, but fresh is always better.
Are there spices you should stay away from for dogs?
Yes, there's a lot. So you want to go on the internet and really look. Of course, check with your veterinarian.
But parsley is good.
Parsley's good.
Okay, so we dump that in.
Good. Yep.
Basil's good. Okay,
yes.
And this is?
That is 1/4 cup of vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
You can also use olive oil, and that's going to help bind all the seasonings
and make
together.
their coats really soft and pretty.
That's right.
Okay, and this is?
This is 2 tablespoons of local honey. You don't have to use local honey.
It's a little sweet.
Right, but it's good. Local honey is good for dogs like it is for people.
Maybe you want to heat that up a little bit before you put it in.
Exactly.
All right, so you let this sit for how long?
You're going to let this sit for 24 hours.
Okay.
You can also add juice from a fresh lemon.
Bit of lemon? Okay.
Yep, and that's going to help tenderize the meat, so we have that in.
We have it already marinated and prepared here. Now, this is a dehydrator.
Yes, it is.
These are very, accessible to get?
They're very reasonable.
Where do you get them?
You can go to Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, Walmart, any store like that.
And they're about what, 30 bucks?
They range from about $30 to $90, so they're very affordable.
All right, so we take our marinated chicken, and how do we arrange it here?
What we're going to do is, this has already been marinated, so we're going to go ahead and take it, and we're going to add it to the tray. And we want to make sure that it is evenly spaced apart. This is going to ensure that the drying time is complete. It also lets the air circulate. Exactly. So once we have that all in, and you can load up all your trays. So you can really...
Oh, wow, you can make a lot of this.
You can
there's
make a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels there.
So you see how economical it is to make your own.
Because this stuff is not cheap when it is in the stores.
No, it is not cheap at all. And this is fresher. It's going to last longer.
And how long in the dehydrator?
It goes for about 3 to 3.5 hours. Every dehydrator is different. And depending on how you slice the meat, it's going to depend on how long it takes.
Okay.
So you can check it every hour, every couple hours.
All right, so you just put the top on.
Right.
And you turn
it on.
What is it? Oh, look at that.
You set it to 140 degrees.
Okay.
And you know what? Even if you don't have a dehydrator, if you have an oven, you can do the same thing. You follow the same directions.
Right.
But you set your oven temperature at 200 degrees.
So like a low temperature, and you put the chicken on what? Like a lined baking pan?
You can put it on a lined baking pan.
Okay.
You can use wax paper, whatever you would like.
So if you don't have the dehydrator, there's still an easy way to do this.
You got it.
And then it turns out
to be as lovely as this.
Now, what's the dark one compared to the light one?
This is the one that we have marinated. But if you don't have time, or you
just do it sans marinade.
Do it plain. The dog is not going to complain.
There you go. And you know, some dogs have different tastes.
That's right.
Mine's very picky. He would want the marinated one.
Yeah, exactly. Just mix it up for them.
This is a great idea. I'm going to try this at home.
Thank you. I hope you do.
Very good. All right, Rachel Johnson from 2 Dogs Traveling. Thanks so much again. The recipe will be up on our website, daytimeonline.tv, and we'll be right back.